Hey guys, I'm here. Do you guys miss me? Well, I am trying to kill some time right now because I'm waiting to have lunch with my husband. And I just went ahead and dropped off my kiddos. They're off to FSY. So, yeah. My daughter was quite prepared and quite excited. She was ready to go. But my son took forever. I had to keep reminding him to get ready. And that's just, but it was easier. I will tell you that. It was quite easier. This year, he just seemed like he was a little bit more on board. I'm going to put some lipstick on because I feel like I'm washed out. And I don't know. I just ate and I lost my lipstick. Anyway, it was nice to see a lot of my friends or other people from church there that I really care about. I got to see quite a bit of them. And, well, that always brings comfort, obviously. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find something real quick. Hold on. When you're trying to look for something, it never works out. So I'm going to try to put on this lip gloss. It's like it's a lip oil. It's got like honey and I think, yeah, it just says vitamin C and honey. It's this one right here. I had some in the morning, but like I said, I went ahead and ate a chicken sandwich, and so it went away. So anyway, I was hoping to see more friends there, but since the water, it started raining, the water just came and kind of messed up the vibe. Yeah, it was a little bit stressful in the morning because we're trying to get into the vehicle and trying to move quickly because it was raining. We do have a carport where we live, and so it makes it easier to not get all wet and everything, but it's just from the apartment to the carport that ends up, making us kind of, stress out a little bit. And then I had to stop to get them some snacks. And so that was an ordeal because it was raining outside. And so my son lent me his windbreaker and I went ahead and put it over my head so I could get into the store because it was a little bit away from where we parked. And so I was all wet. I felt dirty because I had just finished eating. And some of the crumbs and like of the chips and stuff fell on me. And I was just like, oh, it's like, when something is trying to keep you from something good. So anyway, but all is well. Got there. My daughter had way more things because she plans to stay for the week. My son was more like pick me up daily. That was the deal. And so he's fine with it. He really didn't fight me so much on it. So I'm really, really happy about him participating more and being on board with it. I had him say the prayer this morning so that he could ask for whatever he felt was needed. And usually I always offer it, but this time I said, and they played rock, paper, scissors for it, my daughter and him, but he lost, so he ended up doing it. So anyway, so I dropped off my daughter at her dorm, and she was fine. She was all ready to go. She's so independent. Then I wanted to go and take care of my son, just to at least see where he's at. But I had to go find out where he was. Found out he was with a friend from our ward. And so that brought me a lot of comfort to see them there talking and having a good time. So he really didn't care for me that much because he was busy talking to his friend Aaron. And so I'm so grateful that the Lord provides good friends. And then one of his roommates came over, that's staying next door. And he came and introduced himself, all by himself. And he told my son his name. And he was just such a sweet kid. I asked what was his name. And I also, as I was walking away, I heard him say, if you ever forget your key or whatever, I'm right next door. So that was like super sweet. I was just so touched by that. I'm like, the Lord provides good people for us, right? And so I know that my son will have a better time this time around. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. He's not really one that likes to mingle too much, but he's been learning, and I think I think this is like third year attending, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's kind of like already like, yeah, like he's kind of settling in, but at first it was like, it was like pulling teeth. He was struggling with trying to, participate and engage, and he would just, he just struggled. My daughter was so excited about it, so up for it. She couldn't wait to go. And she's still that way. She still has that great attitude about it. I know it'll be a little bit different for her this year. I know she was expecting a little bit more, but oh well. We shall see. But hopefully they have a great time and everything. I was able to hug a few people along the way that are quite special to me and to my family, and so I'm grateful that the Lord places good people in our lives, and in the same place, so that we feel comfortable and we feel like our kids are going to be okay. So anyway, it's nice to see their kids. It's nice to see that the parents all participate, and they all come together, and they come and drop them off to make sure that they're okay and stuff. I didn't get to have my hubby come with me this time, and I was like, he usually comes, makes sure that the kids are fine and everything, and he goes the extra mile to carry their bags and to make sure that they're fine. He will usually be the one to go and like drop off my son while I take care of my daughter, but this time I had to split myself, so I went to go take care of my daughter. And she was like, I'm fine. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it. Just go. It's fine. She's like pushing me out. Like, she didn't push me out, but she was kind of like, yeah, I'm fine, And so then I was like, okay, let me go check on my son. And I know my son's already going to be 18 pretty soon. And I know he's quite independent, but the mother instinct is still to go and check up on your son and make sure he's fine. And he was totally fine. And so it's just really nice to see the families, and everybody was super nice. Everybody was saying hi, even if we didn't know each other. They were saying hi, and everybody was super nice and everything. So I'm sure they'll have a great time. But anyway, I wanted to share something. When my kids they're still such great examples, and I'm glad that they remind me that they are. And sometimes as parents we fail because we worry about things. So we were on our way to Dollar Tree because we were going to buy some snacks. I asked them if they want to go to H-E-B or Walmart or whatever, and they said no, let's just go to Dollar Tree. They just wanted some easy snacks from there, and so I was like, okay, fine. So we get there, and I let them pick what they want. Obviously, it was a lot of, junk food that they wanted. They wanted chips, like beef jerky, some muffins, some water, like just like little junk stuff, right? And some ramen and just like little things like that. And so right when we were getting out of the store, it had already stopped raining. I was walking to the truck, and I'm like, hey, because my daughter's going to be there all week. So I know she's more mindful of how she eats her snacks and things like that. She doesn't like to eat too much. She likes to eat like twice a day. She doesn't like to overeat and stuff. She's very like health conscious, And so I don't really have to say it so much to her because I know how she is, and she's very like, it's just men. It's just my son has a tendency of, if he has all of his favorite snacks and all of his favorite foods, he's going to go for it. Men just have a hard time with self-control in general. Don't correct me. I mean, don't even think like I'm just trying to bully on men. I'm not saying that, because there's a lot of men who worry about, what they're eating, and they're very, about their health. But the men in my family, my husband and my son, they're both like that. They're going to go for it, right? So I told my son, hey, remember that I'm picking you up daily. I know you got a lot of snacks, but make sure that those last for the week, right? Because I already spent money. He's like, well, if I don't finish them, I'll just probably share them. I said, well, babe, don't share them all, because I said, well, you don't have to, I don't know how I said it. I think I said, no, like don't share, or I don't remember what I said. I know that we're supposed to share, right? I know we're supposed to be kind and but I was thinking money-wise for my family. I was like, I already spent money. Like, I don't have more money to be giving you daily, because you're going to be coming home. You need to like spread out that food, right? So I don't have to spend daily and go and buy you new snacks, since you're going to be coming home, and then I have to take you back and like stuff like that. But they like are going to have food there and everything. I just gave them like a little bit of comfort food, and just to have like some food in case, they're still hungry or whatever. So I got them some little snacks, and it wasn't like a ton, but I was just kind of like, hey, like make sure you spread the food. And so he just reminded me, like, he went like that. He was like, it's fine. Like he wants to share, right? And so like last year, they hadn't eaten. And so me and my husband left, and we went to go get them pizza. And so I was like, I don't have any plates or anything. So we just decided to buy a pizza for each, because my daughter was going to share with my cousin, or her cousin. And so the box of pizza was fine for them. My son was, on the other hand, was going to be by himself. But since a lot of the friends from church came over to say hi to him, they all had a great time, and they all had like a slice each, which was totally fine. I didn't care about the pizza at all. So I guess that experience reminded him of sharing, because he was able to like have his friends there. And so it's all about friends right now. It's all about fitting in, and it's all about, feeling comfortable around the rest of the youth, because it is hard. It's hard to kind of like, especially for him, right? My daughter's quite easy at like, more mingly, and she had her cousin with her, so it was easier for her. But my son was going to be by himself, and he always chooses to have like a room for himself. And so I think that the pizza broke the ice for him. And so I think he just remembered that, and he was kind of like, no, I'm going to share. So I'm so glad that happened, and he corrected me, even though I was thinking financially, he was thinking more Christ-like, and more like, it's fine. Like it's okay to share. Right. And so, yeah, I had that little moment this morning, and it just kind of reminded me that, hey, I'm sure the Lord will provide, and the kids are really great. My daughter was telling me also that last year a girl brought like a whole pack of like toilet paper, and she was sharing it with everybody. And I know that, it's nice to share and stuff. It's just easier, I think, for me, like to do it, because since she was going to be with her cousin, I didn't mind that sharing, because it's like them too, but, I know that everybody's situation is different. Their financial stability is different, and like not everybody can provide the same. So I'm grateful that my son reminded me that it's okay to share, because sometimes we forget, because we worry about, them. But in reality, it's good that they remember to share. And so that's why I think it's important for us to look to the youth and to the younger crowd sometimes for Christ-like examples, because they truly do remind you to be a good person. And so I know I'm a good person and I always try to help people, but I was just really focusing on them at that moment. And I'm glad that he just reminded me, like, it's, so he was a little wake up call for me today. And so I know the Lord will provide. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I don't think I have anything else, but I'm so glad that my daughter's going to have her friends there. It's some of the youth that I get to teach, which is really great. And I'm sure I'm going to hear all the stories and all the great things about it. I know that FSY really helped my daughter and my son, with developing and growth, and they get really great messages, and I know that it teaches them to do some hard things, because like last year they were in the heat for a little bit longer of a time than they're used to, because they're homeschooled and they're always indoors and stuff. And so the heat, the noise is a little bit sometimes much for them, but they push through. And so I spoke to a friend of mine and I was like, hey, tell your son to watch out for my kids, and I'll tell my kids to watch out for your son. And so it's great to be able to have that bond with some of the sisters to like have another pair of eyes on your kids and stuff. And so, yeah, that is what I wanted to share with you, because I think it's important to have each other's back and to be able to be more Christ-like. I'm so grateful for the opportunities that they have to be able to share together. And sometimes we want to focus on all the bad things, and we forget to be grateful for all the opportunities they have. And so they have a great opportunity to bond and meet new friends. My daughter made some friends that she actually introduced us to. And so we've been able to attend some of their parties and some of their events and stuff because she made those friendships there at FSY. And so if you're a parent in church that is wondering about sending your kids to FSY, I would say yes. I think it's a great experience. My kids, for the most part, like my daughter, she's really, really loved it. My son has had to warm up to it only because he's more of a homebody. He likes being home. And so it's a little bit harder for him, but I think it's helped him grow. I think it's helped him make friends. I know especially the first year, he really had a great time with a specific person, like two guys and two young men, but he didn't get to get their number or their social media or anything like that. And I think he regretted that, but I mean, it happened. Who knows if he'll see him again, but Lord provides. So hopefully he makes some more friends this year. Anyway, I just wanted to share that about FSY. And I think that's it. For that. I did take a video of my daughter this year. I wanted to do it for my son, but like I said, he was in a conversation with another young man, and I didn't want to interrupt that because I was seeing how quickly he became social. And so I was like, okay, you're fine. All right, I'm going to go. I just allowed him to tell me he wasn't answering my text because he was there. And then his roommate introduced himself. And so, not his roommate, but his next door roommate. Yeah, I knew he would be fine. So I just ended up leaving. I wish I would have been able to take a picture of him or a video or whatever, but I didn't get to do it. It's kind of hard to split yourself up. It's easier when, both parents are there and one of them can take care of one and the other one can take care of the other. But I'm sure that they'll send pictures and they'll take their own little videos and stuff. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. But moms always want to capture those special moments. So I am sure that they will send me some pictures later and some videos of, of all their fun activities at FSY. They seem like they were going to have a good time. So even with all the rain, it's cleared up a little bit, thank the Lord, because it was quite heavy there for a while. But I'm actually grateful because they won't be in the heat because it's been really hot. It's been really, really hot and unbearable. And so if it's raining, I'm assuming they're going to be more indoors. So you got to see the bright side in things. I think it's a good thing. So anyway, I guess that's it. If you guys have any questions about FSY, let me know. I know some of the people were wondering about what to pack, what they need to do, if you have to take them out. Like I pick up my son every day and I check him out and I check him in. I know that's a worry for some of the parents. For me, I had to learn already, so I've been able to help other parents. I also help them with the links on how to register and all that. I think you can't register anymore because it already started. But as far as like checking out and checking in, there's a phone number that you are given so that you can check out and check in, or you can go to your dashboard. And on the dashboard, you're able to do that. So just keep that in mind. You can check in and check out if needed. They always have to have like their tag, like their little card and their key. And they always have to have their little book on the bag that they give you and a t-shirt. So yeah. Other than that, if they're going to be picked up daily, they don't really have to carry so much. I made my son take a backpack and like take, an extra pair of clothes and like, all the hygiene stuff just in case, because it's raining. You don't know if you get all wet and you need to change or whatever. So I made him take a backpack with some essentials. That way, take some extra toilet paper, I made them both take toilet paper, wipes, soap, to make sure they can wash their hands. I don't think they provide a lot of, those things, at least not enough. So definitely make sure your kids have that. If you want to give them some snacks and things like that, that would be good too, because sometimes my daughter says that they serve really, really great food there, but sometimes they want a little extra, or they want to like be with their friends and stuff in the room and they want to like snack on something. So, you might want to like get some snacks for them. You can drop them off or whatever. I think that's it. Anyway, I guess I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.